Hey guys, welcome back to Vinceville Custom. So today I'm sharing with you the finished Colossus resin kit of Spawning Pool Studios that I did a kit review on this a while back. I'll link that in the description. This is the last of my large items for the summer of 2018, and this one was a doozy because not only did he come in a lot of pieces to put together, we actually did a lot of custom work on him too. So he's got a lot of changes on him, and we'll kind of go over all that. But yeah, this one was a doozy, not only because of all the custom work, but because when I was getting ready to paint it up, the client asked me, he's like, he wants them chromed up, and he wants the outfit kind of like that anodized chrome look too. So I said, yeah, we could do it. I just need to kind of come up with some ideas about it. And after talking and stuff, it seemed that there was no way I was going to do alkyd chrome on this because it would just never work. It would take forever. It wouldn't be sturdy enough. And so I had to do some research. So after looking online and checking out like things that you can use in paints, I came up with a lot of videos that were talking about spastic chrome and the spastic clears that go over to chrome. So I watched a lot of videos of people building up cars, little race cars, and they use all that stuff, and the stuff looked phenomenal. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. So I got a couple cans of the stuff, and I tested it out, and I absolutely love the way it works. I mean, this Spaztec stuff is great. Not only does the Spaztec stuff look great when you do the big stuff with chrome, but the clears that go over to Spaztec are so easy. Even out of the spray can, I was actually floored with how they worked out. So I also got a couple other different colors from Spaztec as I was working on this, and I think all of it together works out pretty good. Now, he's pretty much looks like, you know, a chromed out Colossus now, which is really badass, but we'll kind of go over it all. But I really like Spaztec now. I'm going to use it in future projects, and definitely made my life easier. So we'll kind of go over all the custom work first. So his face had some lines, and the client didn't like the line that came over the forehead and the one over the chin. So what we did is we filled that in. We kind of gave him a little bit more sharper, like eyebrows slash, like, you know, above the eyes, the chin. I kind of, like, you know, took the chin and made a little bit more sharper, I guess, and then the cheeks as well. We kind of fixed up the cheeks a little bit more to bring them out. So that's what I did with there. As far as his outfit, what we did is this came out to a point, so we kind of sanded these down a bit and rounded them a little bit more. He wanted to take those down. So I was like, all right. Now, one of the more custom parts was his gloves. Now, the gloves he came with were one little band here, one little band here with a band in the middle. So what he wanted me to do was kind of follow the Sideshow Collectibles Colossus a little bit more. So I had to kind of find a middle ground. I couldn't exactly match that up, so I kind of came up with this gauntlet here, and then this one over here. So it's kind of like my own little design, but kind of following it the best I could. So it just makes it a little bit different. Now, as far as this belt, what we did is we changed up these pieces here. So we did with the black X with the red in the middle. I created these 4 pieces on the side. And then as far as the belt, you know, we kind of just fixed it up a little bit. I had to kind of bring this down a little bit and tweak that there. Now, as far as the boots, his boots were designed. I forget what kind of design they were. So he wanted me to kind of follow, like I said, the Sideshow Collectibles version. So what I had to do was kind of break up the boots a little bit around here. I had to recreate these top pieces. And once I recreated the top pieces, I started working out the bands around there with the little knee pads, and then I added like the stretching to the knee pads around there. So it was a little bit difficult, only because he comes in so many pieces. Like, I wish if there was a way that, the hands or like the keying was a little bit better, or the keying, like this whole arm would go in underneath the shoulder pads. It would have made my life easier, but I forget it's like cut there, it's cut here, and then it's also cut over here. So I had to kind of attach the arms and kind of rework those lines again. So that was a little bit tricky. Now, as far as the base was tricky too, because it was this flat piece here and then this one little piece wobbling over there. So the client wanted me to take out the the Omega Red, the Omega Red thing that comes out of his hand, a tentacle, that's it. So we took that out, and then after talking, he's like, can we like work out the rocks a little bit more? So I said, you know what, why don't we kind of rebuild the rocks a little bit? And so what I did was, this whole section here, I kind of built this out to make this look like rock over some kind of like dirt area, so it's kind of like almost like a cliff. You can think of it like this is kind of a cliff or something. So I painted it all up and you'd see it, but once we added the snow, you kind of lose all the color. But, we'll kind of go over all that again. So as far as, like I said, the whole body is done in the Spaztec the mirror chrome finish. And what you have to do is you have to paint the whole item in like a gloss black. So I had to wait for one day where I can actually get this all glossed up. But this summer has been so crazy hot with high humidity that the gloss black, no matter when I painted it, would turn cloud. But that really didn't matter though, because this was just going over. You needed a nice smooth surface anyway. So I was able to get a nice smooth surface as best as I could. And then I waited for a nice cool morning one day and I did all the chrome work. And then once I did the chrome work, I had to seal it, because even Spaztec chrome on the black gloss, like if you handle it too much, you're going to wipe it off with your hand. It's not durable. So I actually dulled it down. Well, I didn't really dull it down. I clear coated it, because there's a number on the bottle. It says you could kind of clear coat it. So what I did is I cleared it up and it dulled it down a little bit. And I think it works better for Colossus because he's not super mirror, but he is like chromed out in a way. So I think it fits him a little bit better than, like a mirror chrome where you can see him in like all the like arms and legs and stuff. But I think that worked out. So then I was like, all right, I got them all chromed out, and I'm really worried about the yellow and the red. I'm like, how am I going to make this work? So I said, all right, let me just run with it. So what I did was I masked this off first, and I did the yellow. When I sprayed that yellow out of the can, it went right over the mirror chrome beautifully. No mess ups. Everything worked out really good. I was like, this is amazing. I really like this stuff a lot. So then after that, I did the red. And the red came out really good, so he looks like chromed out, really, really cool. Now, as far as the hair, what I did was, it might be hard to see, but it is actually the Spaztec gloss black, because he was all chromed out already. And then what I did is, in the gloss black, I pretty much hit it with, what is it? It's the Spaztec, like, pearlized blue. And then you put that blue in there, and you still see that black, but you get this little blue tint in there like it's metallic. So it fits the comic a little bit more. So you might not see it in the camera, but it's definitely there. So, now as far as the belt goes, what we did is we kind of wanted to break it up a bit, because if we did all metallic on his outfit and then leather boots, it kind of would have, you kind of lose it. So we decided to do like kind of like a weathered yellow leather belt type look to it. So I did all this texture onto it, just to kind of bring it out a little bit more, just to make it a little bit, like it's at least a leather belt or some kind of belt going around him. So we got that going. Now, as far as his gauntlets, what it is, it's the same clear red over this as the outfit, but this is actually Spaztec metallic paint. It's not the mirror chrome, it's metallic paint. So I did the metallic paint, and then I hit it with some shadows here and there with the black gloss, and then I cleared it with red, just to make them a little bit different than the outfit. You may not see it in the camera, you might say, oh, it looks the same, but in person you'd be able to see like the little speckling of the chrome more than the mirror chrome finish on the outfit. And as far as the boots, what I did is I painted them up like a leather, make them worn out as best as I could, just to give them some texture and break it all up. So it came out pretty cool. I really enjoyed this one. It's just that this summer, like I said, was really rough to get this one done. Really, really rough with this humidity. But now, as far as the base, he wanted to make him look like he's in the snow, like Russia and stuff. So we talked about it. I did a lot of research, and I found that, you know, like the model train sets and little miniature buildings and stuff, they have like snow kits. So I watched a couple videos, and I told the person, I said, hey, why don't we get this snow kit? He's like, run with it. So I got the snow kit. I did a test on something. He liked it, and I started working it. So the snow kit's really cool because it's like this white glue stuff you put on it, and you put the powder in it, and then it kind of like creates that snow look. They also have, like, in the kit you can make icicles, but I was watching one video where you take that icicle like stuff and you mix it with some of the snow, but you put it there and you almost create like a slush. So that's what I was doing with some of the areas. I created like slush around the corners. So I think that was kind of cool. It adds a little bit more, like maybe there's some melt and a little bit of slush going too, you know, running with it. And after that, what I did is I hit it with a nice gloss varnish. I just hit areas with gloss varnish on it just to make it look like fresh snow. But really cool. I really like the snow stuff, and it was a really nice chance to actually incorporate like that model train miniature stuff into a custom for once, you know. But I did add a little bit of snow like underneath the boot soles areas, just so it looks like he is stepping on that stuff. So, you know, you can't have like completely nice boots and then not if you're stepping on the snow. You gotta have something showing. So there you go. That is the Spawning Pools Colossus. So hopefully you guys like the way he came out. It was a rough one. This one was not easy, only because as I was working on it, the client's like, "Oh, can we change the boots?" I'm like, "Yeah." Then he's like, "Well, as we're getting close," he's like, "Oh, I want to change the gauntlets too, and then the belt." So he sprung a lot of stuff on the progress, but in the end, it worked out pretty cool. So it's one hell of a kit. He is a beast. I mean, look, you can see my hand, and he's just the top body's huge. So there you go. That is the finished Colossus. Hopefully you guys liked the way it came out. I had a lot of fun with this one. It was a good learning experience with the Spaztec colors, the snow, and just getting things worked out pretty well. So there you go. That is the end of the large items for at least this year. For now, I get back onto a lot of small things or repaints. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back with some more videos.